And let's get to a part of ABC 57's special report, Indivisible 250. As America celebrates 250 years of freedom, our team is telling Michiana's freedom story and how history impacts today's communities. So this morning, I take a bite out of the recipe books, sharing how Michiana's comfort food of choice is rooted in deep Polish traditions and foot-tapping music.
You bring your friends out, and I'll bring mine.
I think the Polish community is welcoming. They let all people in. We want to have a good time and listen to the music and enjoy the cultures and the food that we're known for.
You're watching a clip from local touring polka musician Steve Fiuda's wedding in 2018. A familiar sight to many Michiana families. Whether you recognize the polka sounds from Michiana's Dingus Day festivities,
Happy Dingus Day!
Or maybe the kielbasa or pierogis from a friend or family celebration. Local restaurateur Mark Kalasa recognizes Polish traditions aren't just for Polish descendants anymore.
We advertise our traditions here. You can come and see it. It's vibrant. We have our Polish festival every day that we're open, so people can come in and experience a little something of what we have to offer.
Kalasa has been in the food industry for 23 years, serving up Polish-American classics with his wife Amanda in their own Michigan City space on Franklin Street since 2017. What makes a pirog or a pierogi?
Traditional dumpling. You gotta salivate about the dough that it comes in, because that's very important. Food shouldn't be bland, and that's where we think that we've upped the ante a little bit on some of our traditional foods.
This is little traditional pockets of Polish food right here.
Traditional bites filling Michiana plates with bits of Polish pride for generations.
This is what I remember growing up. When we say Kolasa's, it was at the Kolasa's Christmas party, Christmas Eve party, and the pierogies would be made, and the family would be gathering around, frying them up, and it was just a great experience. This is how we pay our homage to what our heritage is, and it's our craft. It's what we do.
When Polish immigrants chose to leave their homeland for the opportunities here in America, they brought with them traditions and recipes like those observed at St. Hedwig Catholic Church that St. Joseph County historian Travis Childs says is still making a cultural impact today.
Some started restaurants, some of the restaurants are still in business, and we have a lot of different foods that a lot of the state of Indiana don't have access to. We're just about the only place that has Dingus Day. A political rally, grab, shake hands, that is Polish, surrounded around Polish food.
Kalasa believes sharing Polish pride is vital to maintaining Michiana's melting pot traits. As president of Michigan City's Polish American Heritage Society and hiring on his nephew to work in his restaurant, he believes he's setting an example all Michiana residents can follow.
Once they get out of our doors and we push them into the community, that they're going to make some difference and pass it on to the next person and take what they know and to the greater good of the area.
Childs credits immigrants for putting Michiana on the map.
You know, you can ask any immigrant to try to transplant yourself from one place where you and all of your ancestors have lived and try to come to a very new place that everything is sometimes 360 degrees opposite of what, 180 degrees opposite of what you come from.
It's these shared spaces, restaurants, events, and even social clubs that are still rooting Michiana in what makes it special.
And so you had fraternal groups open up like MR Falcons for the Polish, all kinds of things to try to keep, if you want to say, keep in touch with the homeland.
Spaces the Fiuda family, current St. Joseph Club members, credit for striking a chord with modern-day descendants.
Places like this are still doing what they can to make sure people have a place to gather where they don't forget.
The club off of Grant and Western in South Bend has been a West Side neighborhood staple since the early 1900s, about when the Fiuda's great-great-grandparents first settled locally.
It would be on my father's side, the original ancestors that settled on a farm where we both still live now. We still have 5, 6 generations of feud is still living out on the family farm near North Liberty.
A plethora of polka-playing Poles.
This picture right here was taken in 1986. The family band was playing for a convention in Cleveland, Ohio, for the United States Polka Association convention. That was my mom, my Uncle Benny Stopczynski, my dad Paul Sr., my Uncle Bob Fuda, myself, and my sister Marlene.
Music and history lessons learned over meals and during band practices from father to son. Now taught and embraced by the youngest relatives.
We probably didn't have the best situation, so we came to America, our ancestors, our heritage. But we never dropped the Polish culture. We've always embraced it. It's a hardworking culture, a proud culture. And so passing that down to my kids has been pretty important. We try to teach them as much. I don't know very much Polish, but the little we do, we try to teach them as well, just to keep that heritage and background alive.
A spirit that makes Michiana feel, sound, and taste like home.
I think you had a large Polish community, and over the years, it's just people have embraced that. Punchki Day started, and everybody's like, "Well, it's Donut Day, let's do that." And so that's continued on. Dingus Day is a huge thing around here, and once those traditions start, it's hard to break them. I would say 50% of the weddings I go to have a Polish dinner. I think, all those traditions started, and they've just stuck because of the Polish community is so big in this area at one time. While neighborhood landscapes have certainly changed over the years, continued interest in our past is what families like the Fudas and Colassas hope fuels Michiana's future. As ABC 57 continues sharing stories ahead of America's 250th, our next installment airs right here tomorrow morning. You can also find our stories under the Indivisible 250 tab on abc57.com.